Good day. It's Thirsty Thursday, and I've got my friend Bo in the green room, and I was running behind because I had to get my coffee, and it had to be in this specific mug because I was given this by Bo through the United States Postal Service. He just had them deliver it. So I'm going to go find this guy. He's in the green room. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. He's at?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Come to the green room and knock on the door. Bo, come on out here.
And I just show up. Just like that.
Yes. How you doing? I didn't see you last week. You were busy.
Yeah. So we've been dealing with some things. We had one out on vacation. We had two out sick, including my wife. Continues to battle the effects of the C word, COVID. And so I had to work. You know what I mean? I had to roll up the sleeves and be present for my clients and work. So
that's one thing about being the owner, if someone else has issues and stuff, you can't have any issues. You got to keep it going.
Yeah. So all good. So thanks for your flexibility. I had to take care of business. You know what I mean?
We can. There was a situation yesterday. Someone was apologizing for their not being able to connect and apologizing. And then I went and I had a meeting over at these guys. I went and talked to these folks here.
All right.
Top
Golf, yeah.
And the lady at the front desk says, "Oh, I'm sorry," because she misunderstood. And it's like, you can't sweat the small stuff because it's all small stuff.
It is all small stuff, man. No doubt about it. Yeah.
And get down to your health. That's the most important thing,
It is.
It's even hard to enjoy a marriage when your health is shitty.
Yeah, it's interesting. This has been like such a struggle. My wife, who is a generally very healthy, active individual, has just been knocked out. And it's, you get to day 10, 11, whatever, 12, and you're still down. It's aggravating. I think you're as much frustrated as you are sick because you're sick of being sick. And so, yeah. But, hey, things will get better. Healing is on the horizon. So here we go. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm struggling with staying in my lane.
Yeah, because you like to scatter a little bit.
Well, I do. I see other opportunities and things, and it's just fun to create new stuff,
Yeah.
I would love to be, if I was a farmer, I'd like to drive and plant all the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to have to go through and harvest this stuff and all that.
Yeah. You want to plant. You're a planter.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I get ideas and I just implement them. And if there was someone else to pull it through, and this is a good segue into our platform that we talk a lot about, MailBox Power.
Yeah.
That it sort of does some of that stuff for you.
It does. And it can do it automatically, right?
So here's a couple of graphics that I created. This is the one that I've got on here for today. Staying in my lane of event planners and event suppliers. It's a nice little graphic thing I created.
Very nice.
The idea came from bridging the gap between a prospect and a product. And in the event industry, the product is the suppliers, all the things that you need, the catering, the balloon decorating, staging and lighting and limousine services and entertainers and all that. And event planners need that thing. So you got to bridge the gap between the product, which is the suppliers, and the prospect, which is the planners. And I created this other one too. That looks more like a bridge.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Solid.
Anyways, yeah, I've been trying to bring this stuff into the physical world. So I actually printed out a piece of paper that has that on there so I can physically see it instead of if my laptop shut down, my brain will start thinking, hey, Bitcoin. No.
Yeah. You mentioned the old MailBox Power. So it came up yesterday in the conversation. So we have there's a couple that have started a newer business here in my community where they basically can come to your home and offer like infusions, right? So vitamin infusions or fluids or whatever it is that you need. And it's ran by a physician's assistant or a nurse practitioner, and they come right out to us. But the problem is that unless you follow them on social media, or if you know of the founders or some of their friends, or you've seen something in your newsfeed in the blink of an eye, you have no idea they exist. You have no idea that service is even available. And right away, I'm like, and to think that there's a platform that would allow you to go in and buy a list of people that may have the resources to be able to buy that service for their home, right?
Totally.
Or maybe it's the morning of a wedding, or it's after a bachelor party, right? It's, there's different groups and audiences you can cater to with that kind of a service. But you can go on here and find out, I want people that have a net worth of this or an income of this or whatever it is, buy a list of people that are in the community, right. Canvas the entire area, all with a few clicks, upload a graphic, buy one that's already available, but just, hey, my business is here. That's one example, right? So you can get targeted market, get in front of them, have a QR code, have it take them to your website so that and they hold on to it. And now next time they're feeling deficient or crummy, and the person that started the business saw that there's a need here. There's a lot of people that come in for like a bag of bananas, right? A little fluid because they're dehydrated with everything that's going on in the world. But really within 24 to 48 hours, they still feel crummy. So you can continue that process a few more times and stay feeling decent or out of that fog. Anyways, So here we have a platform that's going to allow them to introduce themselves to a community, stay top of mind, right? And also find that target market. Same thing. We have a business that's going to relocate. I'm going to relocate, but this is a separate business. It's going to relocate to the same building that I happen to be occupying today. Okay. And they need to let their customers know. They already have a list. So their solution, this platform offers a solution of, let's send unlimited postcards to every one of my clients, let them know here's our new location, right? Wow, what a deal. That's a great thing. Or let's get moved. Let's let our existing clients know with a certain postcard that we've moved, but let's also let everybody else in the community know that we exist and we're here and we've been here and we're members of the community. So yeah, just incredible opportunity within for the most basic use of this is postcards.
I had a rediscovery of, my personal self here. And the reason I don't like sales.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like talking with people and figuring out what their problems are and finding solutions. It's when I show them the solution and they don't get it. That gets very frustrating to me. Like with MailBox Power, with this platform, you'd mentioned, the list building capability. If someone is, say, for example, they're interested in travel. They have a travel agency. Maybe they do like excursions to Africa or whatever. You can go in here and you can target a list of people that live within like a 10-mile radius of you that have a annual income of $250,000 annual.
Yeah.
And they have an interest in travel.
Yep.
That's a pretty tight list.
Yep.
And you can do that and you can mail them out a postcard. And then your postcard could be like an invitation to a introduction to African safari travel.
Yep, absolutely.
Invite all these people to the local community. You sit around the local library that doesn't cost you a penny to sit around and talk about it.
Yeah.
You will have a bunch of people fill this room. You talk to them about your travel business, taking people to Africa and Bali and Mexico and Costa Rica.
Yep.
Such a no-brainer. So when I try and sell this thing to someone and they go, well, I don't know, $50 a month, that's it's like,
yeah,
it's very frustrating to me.
It is kind of fascinating. You mentioned travel. Like, for example, we had a travel agency in our community for the longest time. They still exist. The business still open, but after the pandemic, they left their space. They didn't need the retail space and they were working from home and found out that it works very well. So they still are present, but they're not with a physical location. They need something like this to continue to stay top of mind, to let people know, yeah, we're still in business. We just don't have, we'll meet with you virtually, right? So I've never even talked to her in the business about it. Like, wait, you might want to just drop postcards. You might want to do something, right? And I watched a thing from a real estate agent who has introduced lots of real estate agents to the same platform, right? And he doesn't even talk. You mentioned a $49 plan, right? Well, there's only a couple days left that's even offered. And you're grandfathered in if you've got it, right? Mm-hmm. But he doesn't even talk about that plan. He talks about the top plan that's $149 or whatever per month because of all the benefits that come with that plan. He doesn't even go down that other path. It's kind of mindset
thing. If you're focused, and I'm guilty of this because I came from a family that didn't have much money, so it's stuck in my brain.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking about, like they used to say, some people play instead of playing how to win, they're playing how not to lose.
Yes.
So the mindset goes into, I don't want to spend too much money, $50 a month, $100 a month, because what if they don't? And your mind is all broken.
Yeah.
What if they do? What if you spend $100 a month and one of those $250,000 a year people say, I'd like a trip to Africa, and then we're thinking about going to Costa Rica, and we want to go to London. How much does it cost?
Exactly. Exactly. And the thing about it is that one, there's no contract. So you're not locked into something. You didn't just buy something you got to sell your way out of, right? So if you try this and don't give it a true effort and decide it's not for you, okay, just cancel it. It's not that hard.
That's the wrong thinking too.
Well, it is. I'm just saying that that's the worst case scenario. Whereas the other option is saying, wait a second, how many times do I get presented with ad opportunities that I say yes to that actually cost me a lot more that has less results, right? So if business owners are already spending, you've got realtors advertising on Zillow or different things, and they're spending $500 a month on this or $1,000 a month on this or pay per click, they're doing all these things and still not seeing a ton of results. Oh my goodness, what's $150 a month or what's $49 a month to be able to stay top of mind? It's nothing, but we sometimes struggle to grasp that, right? Like you break it down monthly if it's an annual contract or this and that. We overthink some things, and other things we just sign on right away. It's crazy.
Well, there is some arguments towards, okay, everybody's always online. You go to a restaurant, everybody's looking at their phone. There is that kind of thing, but are they looking on their phone to look at ads? And
right.
Granted, you could get them in the top of a funnel with an interest thing, and then all of a sudden they get into the automated sequence.
Yeah.
But they also check their mailbox.
Yeah. And people don't necessarily hate your recommend. I go back to your buddy, the magician, who has found great success with this platform for finding the right target audience, for reaching out to them and booking gigs, right? What a perfect success story for a small, solopreneur or entrepreneur that's got this business. And it's been a great thing from cost-wise, right?
Well, the longevity for a postcard, here's one of my postcards that I sent out for the event stuff. The longevity of this is until they throw it away. Granted, they might throw it away, but if it's appealing enough and there's a call to action on here, like this is a program I'm creating for my event business where I'm going to mail these. I haven't shared this with you because I just learned about it. A friend told me that this would be a good idea. The postcards go out. They're going to event planners. And what's going to happen with the event planners is I'm going to do a video like this to the mailing, letting them know who won online. I'm going to do a little spin the wheel thing on my phone.
I saw you asking about spin the wheel. Okay.
It's because there's a software that you can put a bunch of people in there. So you got Tammy and Steve and George and Fred and Diane, and you push the little button and it spins the little wheel. And then Diane went. Hey, Diane, you're the winner.
Yeah.
So they're going to learn how to win this prize. So there's a reason to keep this card and scan that code so you can scan it and go, who won this month?
Right.
So if you can figure out how to keep the card, I'm sure you've got coupons and stuff for your house or gift cards.
I have some things. I even some of your cards, but I have some things sitting on my dresser, right? Because I've held on to them because it may be something I need or of interest. But that's exactly, it's got a placeholder for that potential service. When you asked it, I should have thought right away, why don't you reach out to the people at MailBox Power? They do a drawing, a digital virtual drawing using the little wheel every single week. They use some type of software to do this. So yeah, I'm glad you found a solution.
I'll have to see what they're using. This is, I don't know how this is a little sidebar, but I don't know how they're doing this. It's a single website. You can go onto it and use it, and other people can go onto it and use it. So I put my names in there. What if someone else puts their names in there? I don't know how they're doing that, but maybe it's got like a temporary redirect or something to it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm in a different spot or something. But anyways, that's a way of using these postcards to have more longevity so they stick around longer.
Yep.
And so that's my story with sales. My coach that I've hired a coach to keep me in line.
Yeah. Yep. To keep you on track, right?
Yes. And yesterday I committed to making some phone calls to some of the companies for the event expo and my Synergy Collaborative membership. And that's how I went to Topgolf.
Yeah.
But I just hate it. Topgolf's got money. If they can't afford $97 a month to join my little club and let me do some marketing to group sales for them.
They can afford it. Exactly right. You're exactly right. Yeah.
Even the little companies, if I can drive business to you, it's worth it. So MailBox Power is very affordable for what it does. I love it.
Yep. Ditto. I had multiple packages I sent out in the last couple of weeks for different reasons in my agency, right? So I'm in the insurance space. An example, I got a message from somebody with a picture of the item they received. It basically said, "You sure know how to make somebody cry." Right? And what it was one of my friends and clients, their puppy. They had to put their puppy down, right? And it's I've been there. It's a horrible experience.
Yeah.
So we generally like to grab that moment and send them something that they can remember their pet. So we did that, and on behalf of the agency, went out. But a very touching, emotionally driven gift for someone that didn't take much time using this exact same platform. And they're going to have this thing forever, right? And that was one example. I have another new client that got a cutting board and something with their last name on it. They were blown away, right? So there's so many different ways to use a platform like ours.
Well, for those that see this video and don't quite understand all of this with this software, it's more than just mailing out postcards. It's also mailing out greeting cards and personalized gifts.
Yep.
So it's the postcard, it's the greeting card, different sizes, and then packaged gifts like mugs and these business card holders and
coasters
and this little thing to hold your phone. Also, it's gifts that you can send people.
Yeah.
And then interior of this platform is the list. You can buy lists. You don't rent them, you buy them, so you own them. All sorted by SIC code, geographic, and demographics.
Yep.
And then there's the automation element of it so that you can set it and forget it kind of thing. And then there's the forms, which I think is miraculous because you just send them a link, they fill out a form, it triggers a campaign, and it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. People really struggle to grasp that concept, but basically you send them a dedicated link that helps them self-enroll into whatever it is you wanted to send them. So the order gets fulfilled when they fulfill the link.
Yeah. You send them a link instead of opt into my newsletter. It says, please opt in. I'd like to send you 2 chocolate brownies and a coffee mug so you can enjoy your morning.
Yeah. And guess what? Yeah, people will generally fill that out, right? So now then they're on that. Now they're in your database. It's brilliant. And I without question, I've not found another company that can do all of the things. There's companies that do one piece here, one piece there, that they can do certain parts of what MailBox Power does. But I've not found anybody that does all of it together.
Well,
right?
I like that they are staying in their lane with what they're doing. It's got the very essence. I mean, you can add more different tchotchke products and stuff, but don't turn it into a frickin' Amazon where you can order underwear or something like that.
Right.
Keep it into gifts. And
well, but it is worth mentioning, though, that something that they've added in the last 6 months to a year, I think, is basically a fulfillment center concept. So if you are somebody that sends a lot of packages of your own swag or your own product, right, you have the ability to partner with a company like MailBox Power, send your product to them, so that when you send your personalized greeting card or you send something, they will fulfill the order with your product as well. Yet there's minimum requirements and cost to do that, but it can make the whole process much easier if you're someone that's in direct sales, different types of businesses that say, I need to get my product in front of people, but I don't want to have separate mailing processes, right? Yeah. You can do that.
Or somebody back in the event business, if they're doing an online webinar where they want people to follow around, you can send them the box with it's a webinar kit.
Totally.
You can hold up little signs and all that stuff like Tony Robbins does and all that stuff.
That is one of the most successful, or one of the best uses of this system is for somebody that's doing anything virtual to send that swag bag, if you will, send that product mix to them. And people, you increase or improve your number of, you decrease the no-shows, right? So people that spent $29 to do your webinar, or maybe nothing, right? Maybe it's free, but you want them to show up because then there's a product offering or service offering that you're trying to sell. You get this to them ahead of time, they're more likely to show up on the webinar.
And if you want to get back into the physical world, you can have an event where you send them a package and say, bring your kit with you. Don't open it.
Yeah.
Bring it with you to the event, and we're going to all do that thing and work together. So there's so many creative ideas that you can use with this. And bottom line, it's just communication. It's just like I said with this little bridge.
Love it. I love the bridge.
It's just connecting Communication, that's all it is. It's just building that relationship of the know, like, and trust and respect factor.
Yep.
I got all this knowledge and I can't figure out why I'm not super successful.
Oh, but you are.
No, I know why I'm not as successful as I could be is because I changed lanes. Like our friend Travis. I was having a conversation with him and I says, I'm impressed with what you got. And he said, you got to keep in mind, Brad, I'm only representing one brand.
Yeah, AEGC, Accelerated Global Connections, right?
I've got the Event Expo, I got MagicBrad Marketing, MagicBrad Entertainment, I got this Synergy Lifestyle Academy.
But you know, there's some value to that. It is amazing to me. We were just talking about an entrepreneur that's in my community yesterday, who just has exploded into different industries, into different things. Right? He's finishing up a restaurant, had a soft opening yesterday. It's going to launch, I believe, by the end of next week. He's going to be open full time. Right? Decided to build a restaurant. Right? Bought a building on Main Street, an old restaurant, had to tear the whole thing down, rebuilt it. Has a transportation company, a busing company, has a auto repair shop, has all of these different things that all just happened. It seemed like in the same month. Probably wasn't, but it felt like that. But this is the kind of person that can have an idea, get it going, and then is okay with stepping out, stepping away, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go over here. Not most people can't do that. They got to be right there. And that's
part of the reason that I've got all these things out there. I know that the internet is vast. So I just put things out, and I strategically put things on different servers. You know, you got your social media servers, but I also have a Bluehost account. I got a HostMonster account, which is now called web.com. And I've got stuff on a lot of different platforms and a lot of different places because I understand that the internet does all this little connection things, and things just connect with hashtags and links and all that. So
yep.
I just put stuff out there and people find it. So we're 22 minutes in, buddy. Should we put this down?
Hey, I'm glad we were able to connect and wrap up this July with a video. Next time it'll be August, next month.
That's right. Do you come into the cruise? Do you know?
I can't.
Oh, well, that's right. You got something going on.
Yep. Which day is that again?
31st, I believe.
31st of July?
August.
Yeah, so I say August. So my daughter is moving into college.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
It's the funny thing is I will be that much closer to the cruise departure, and I'm usually an hour plus away, an hour and a half or whatever more to get to that cruise. So I'm going to be close, but yeah, it's kind of a big moment.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pipe you in via the phone.
Hey. Yeah.
Okay, well, buddy, I'll pop you in the green room. We can chat a little bit, but I'm going to sign this bad boy off. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woohoo! So that's the story, Morning Glory. This is very cool. I like these little graphics I created. It keeps me focused. My little bridge connecting event planners to event suppliers, and I do a lot of it with these postcards. Look, it's magic. Okie dokie, Smokey. That's it. Enough. Be well. Be kind. Be nice. Be nice. Incentivize kindness. That's a good idea. We'll see you later.